Continuing a tradition that started over 20 years ago, we still are radio that makes you money. 1510 KFNN.
Good morning, Business for Breakfast at 6:45. I'm Renee York filling in for Ken Morgan. I've got Julie Doherty here with me.
Hey, Renee. Good morning, everyone. We've got the Dow up 2 points, S&P down 1, and the NASDAQ is down 8.
And right now we've got joining us Thomas Harpointner, CEO of AIS Media. He's going to talk about some of the online strategies that are failing for businesses. Good morning, Thomas.
Hi, good morning, Renee.
So, Thomas, tell us what's going on. Why are some businesses not very successful being on the Internet? Are a lot of them being dragged, screaming and kicking into the 21st century?
I think you've about summarized it, yeah. We're in our business, we've been an agency since 1997, so we've seen a lot of trends come and go, of course. And not every business is quick to adapt. Sometimes they have to wait until their customers are demanding it, or they are dragged into it kicking and screaming. But, in the defense of most businesses today, the Internet is so much more complex today than it was 5 or 10 years ago, if you think about it. In the early days, there was a website, there was email, and, there were search engines for the most part. Today, there's so much more to take into consideration, and for most businesses today, they're busy managing their business. They're not in the business of marketing their business on the Internet. That really is a profession and a field in its own, and it's not something you really try at home. To be found online today and to take advantage of social media and email marketing, and have a good website that can be found online and both on mobile devices, it really takes somebody who keeps up with the latest trends on a daily basis.
Well, I think so many businesses just said, okay, we've got to have a website, and they get their next door neighbor's kid to make them a website, and then they say, okay, we're on the web. That's it. They go back to doing what they do best, which is doing their business. Do you think businesses need to, depending on the size, need to hire a consulting firm? I mean, I honestly wouldn't know where to go to design a website. Where do you go? What do you do? To not just design a website, but
on one of the top 6 mistakes that businesses make. It's not something you assign to an intern or maybe a decade ago. Kids knew a little bit more than adults, but today there's a lot more goes into a website than simply pretty design. If you hire a designer, you're going to get a design, and sometimes a good one. But what about business strategy? What about marketing? What about integrating that website into the rest of your business or providing a good experience to customers? Who's responsible for writing the copy and really communicating what it is you're trying to achieve?
Sure.
One of the key reasons why businesses fail online is because they don't set proper expectations in the first place. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never get there.
And then
so, a company that has products to sell, they might rank their success based on how many products they sell. But what about, a law firm that is using their website to get new clients, or a doctor's office that's trying to encourage people to book appointments or, educate patients before they come in?
Sure.
Every business has different objectives, and what works for one may not work for the next. What is a fact today is that almost 9 out of 10 consumers are going online to research everything, whether it's a television, a doctor, or an attorney. And if your business isn't found online or it's not well represented online, it's most definitely costing you money. So, now we're in fourth quarter, and of course, everyone's talking about, retail and e-commerce. The reality is, more people make purchases when they step foot into a retail store than they do, when they shop around online. But so many people are researching online before they buy today.
Exactly.
If your store isn't found or your products aren't found, there's a good chance that your sales are going to suffer this holiday season.
So what can companies do to help boost their brick and mortar sales and to attract customers to come into their stores? What can they do online to help them do that?
Well, right now the website really is the center of the universe still when it comes to interactive marketing. On the Internet, your website is your company, and a lot of customers will make a decision whether or not to do business with you just based on the quality of your website. If it looks like your business looks like it's being operated out of a garage, it's going to give people a bad taste, and they may not even want to step foot into your store. But assuming you have a decent website or you can get it to look right, The next step is you got to be found, and that's where search engine marketing comes in. Most people use search engines to find what they're looking for, so you have to rank high on search engines. Otherwise, it's your website is a little more than a magic trick in the dark.
And I imagine that is what
you're
you're
going to appreciate it if they can't find it.
I imagine that's what your firm AIS Media does for people. How do we get a hold of you all? You have a website?
Well, you bet. We're at AISmedia.com. And you can find us on Facebook and Twitter, and we're headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. So we also have about 50 consultants throughout the United States and Canada who work with businesses hands-on every single day.
Thomas Harpointner, CEO of AIS Media, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.